My name is Adrian Bevis and I'm in the village of Tatworth near Chardon, South Somerset. This is the village where I grew up. I came here in 1953 and we moved to Chardon in 1966.
Not that I lost contact with the village. I played football for Perry Street for 20 years and I was scout leader for 38 years.
And so I thought I'd do this little video just to help me to remember some of the stuff that happened here, all the good things, and maybe if anybody cares to watch it, they can have their own little memories. That's the house where I grew up, 22 Crossways. And here's the crossroads, just outside where we played all our games of football, cricket, kick the can, hide and seek, everything you can think of. There's Crossways House. When I was here, I moved it in 1953. Miss Oswood lived there with her companion, and the houses over there weren't even thought of. Yeah, so this was our kind of village green. No playing field then. The football field was a mile and a bit away at Char Junction, so we used to play here. We also use this for letting off fireworks and things like that, because there's a hedge along here so nobody could see us, and you could hide in the hedge and all that kind of stuff. Over here were the wickets, and up here would have been where the bowler bowled when we were playing cricket. Batsman hit the ball up the lane up there, up through there. Somebody went to retrieve it, slung it back full belt right outside Jim Gilpin's car. That was before he was a driving instructor. He got out and he had his special policeman's uniform on, sergeant. Cussed us up the hill and down now and said, go and find their farmer's field to play in. Yeah, we had no we had no playing field then. The football field was a mile and a quarter away and we couldn't even play on that. And so we sometimes sneaked into the field there to play, or the one there, which funny enough became Perry Street's football ground for a while before they moved into the playing fields. This is the road down to Perry Street. People had to keep their gates shut down through here of an afternoon. The farmer would drive the cows up through here for milking. If any of the cows got into the gardens, they would do lots of damage. Street, really. Girls used to play hopscotch and jacks, and there was skipping ropes and all that kind of stuff that went on down through here. Old Manor House, which was a church for a while until they built this one. It's like a South Chard Christian Fellowship, I think it's called now. Used to be the Full Gospel Church, built by Sid Peirce, and Aunt Mill was Mrs. Peirce. I didn't call her Aunt Mill, it was Mrs. Peirce to me, but for the people that went to the chapel there, that's what they called her. And they had a van which they went to collect their congregation, and it was emblazoned with Bible texts. But we played in that church as it was being built. Played hospitals, mums and dads, hide and seek. We go down through crossways. This is what we called the circle. I suppose it's still the circle. Yeah, so this is Post Office Lane. There were two farms here. One in there and one in here. Could just make out that that might be a farm. Over this side, there's hardly any clue that it was a farm at all. Yeah, that definitely looks like a farm. Yeah, this is Post Office Lane. Wasn't always called Post Office Lane. Most of the roads were unnamed, and so the council decided that they would try and name the roads to make it easier for people, being that the village was growing. And so this was Post Office Lane, and we have School Lane further up through this road, meets this road. Oh wow. That was a butcher's shop. There was a phone box there. Wonder who nicked that one. Yeah, that was a butcher's shop. The person's son. And you went down through here, and this was the start of Kent's Lane. Just about here was a field called Shepherd's Mead. There was a footpath from here down to Perry Street. And the field, the Shepherd's Mead, had lots of kind of ditches, irrigation channels full of water to keep the grass in good, fresh condition. I remember I used to run from one end to the other, jumping over the ditches like a horse in some Grand National. These are retirement bungalows and houses, flats. They were built when I was about 10. I remember doing Scout Job Week, Bob Job Week, and we came along here and asked for a job from the builders, and they gave us a job of separating plumbing parts. I remember this ramp. I especially remember this ramp. See this piece of concrete here? One carnival night I ran up through here, slipped off, hit my knee quite badly, and it was bleeding for the rest of the night. Except I was going to volunteer to carry torches, because what happened was somewhere around November time there would be Tatworth Carnival. They would meet down through this road. The tableaus would all come and line up here, and they would be judged. And I was going down to the hall to get a torch. I was going down to the hall to get a torch. These torches They filled one with the paraffin. They had a wick and they would burn for 2 or 3 hours and give light to the carnival. There were no electric lights on the carnival floats as there are now. And so I went to volunteer. You've got 5 shillings for carrying one of these around, right around the village during carnival night. I'd already hurt my leg falling on that slab of concrete. I went into the hall, got my torch. Not a good night really, because I got designated to walk beside the Town band. One of the bandsmen wanted me to put a torch near to his music so he could see the notes, because he asked me to move it closer, so I moved closer and burnt his sideburns. That was the first thing. Got a few yards up the road and the pole which was holding this thing snapped in half, so, and the thing fell on the ground still burning, so somebody helped me put the flames out. And then somebody helped me put the flames out, and I had to carry it back in 2 pieces. I thought, yes, they're not going to give me my 5 bob, but they did. So that was good. Remember some of the carnival floats here. Just about this spot. Boxer Best was on a carnival float. He had a cooking stove and he was cooking bangers. Well, yeah, he had some sausages, but inserted into the sausages were bangers. That's fireworks. And every now and again one would go off and explode.
Yeah.
Hello.
I wonder what you were doing.
Yeah, living my memories.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Oh, right, well done.
Footpath to Marl Pits, Pen Bakes. I see a old bakery down there. Baker Barge used to cook his bread there, bake his bread, and go around the village selling it. Man doing some building work here found a Roman pavement many years ago. Used to be there outside the door. This is St Margaret's Chapel. A chapel and a house under one roof. This is what we used to call out through the trees. There's still a bit out through the trees on one side. The other side is now houses. There's the Strict Baptist Chapel. Still having services. 1 or 2 other chapels in the village long since closed. Remember this stream coming out through the wall and flowing down. Still there. Used to play for hours here with the little boats. It's almost the same. The stream flowed down through there under the road and came out by that cream coloured house. Tatworth car wash. Remember coming along here, remembering it's not that long after the war ended, and armoured car came out through. I couldn't see any windows or anything. I thought, how's he going to see me? Anyway, he steered around me and carried on out through the road. Oh, this used to be 2 fields, now it's 1.
Just coming up to the old post office in Post Office Lane. The playing field on the right, the old post office on the left. This was formerly Jarrett's shop on the right hand side, now Morrison's and Post Office.